Live on my end, bro.
Shit ain't cool, bro.
Live on both ends.
Is that Terry Porter? Yeah, that's Terry Porter out there. The club is.
Who?
Oh, shit, he missed. In Milwaukee's finest, nigga. That's who. Shout out to your nephew, you know what I'm saying?
Pops, get off of him. Old Heads, yeah, buddy. Episode 53. We back in the building, man. Saturday night. How y'all brothers doing? How y'all sisters doing? I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. O'Himothy himself. Man, we got a great show today for you guys. We're going to be talking about, of course, the playoff review. And we're also going to be asking people, is Jimmy Butler a Hall of Famer? How do you guys feel? Is he a Hall of Famer with the performances he's putting on so far in this postseason? And also, we're also going to be getting into our top 10 questions game. So that's going to be fun. It's always fun. So like I say, Old Heads 53, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to let these young brothers introduce themselves. Let's go ahead and get into it. Old Heads, episode 53. You need.
Oh man, it's Hendo G, aka French Loaf out east, aka Mr. Honey Patch.
Oh, shit.
You thought I wasn't coming through with it, boy. They thought I wasn't coming through, Mr. Honey Patch.
Y'all put me on blast like I was
I was not ready.
Hey, nobody was ready for
I
that.
was not ready.
Hold on. We got to say his name. Look at what happened next.
What?
Shit went to the right.
Wow, Mr. Honey Pack himself.
It's safe to say that escalated quickly.
That escalated.
Oh,
Man, don't fall for the back, man. I need that for later.
Oh, that didn't even fool me. Okay, everybody see
Oh,
it six
no.
packs. All right,
And we say, hey, you can try it, but you gotta get your own.
The boy B out, man, over here, man. Holla at us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bills in the building. Hey, first we got to give a R.I.P. to the late Jim Brown, man. One of the greatest football players of all time, man. Great activist as well. So
It's not even that, just a great guy. Just a
Yeah,
good role model.
Yeah,
you
great
know,
role model.
There was times where, us as men, we need somebody to look up to. And, Jim Brown was, man, he was a guy to look up even if you ain't have a daddy.
Yeah, real talk.
Jim Brown looked out for a lot of people, man. It was a very sad day. I know a lot of people feeling this one because he was a great guy on the field and off the field,
Absolutely.
The stories about Jim Brown and what he's done for, the black culture and, everything going forward. I mean, you can't really put in words sometimes. He's done everything.
Absolutely.
Respect, man. Respect.
Man, respect. Salute, man, Jim Brown. Moving right along, transitioning, of course, NBA playoffs. Who do you guys think are coming out the West? Who do you think is coming out the East? How do you guys feel about that? You want to start
At this time, it's looking like Nuggets Heat. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's what it
Nuggets
really
Heat?
looks.
That's
Yeah,
what
man. Because
looking like Nuggets
That's what
Heat.
the scoreboard said.
I don't really see the Lakers really find the answer for Joker, which nobody has this whole playoffs yet. I mean, to even slow him down, let alone stop him. You can't even slow him down. He averaging a triple-double a game. Like, this is insane. Like, how do you stop this nigga? It's crazy. And then you go over, and then you got to do the flip thing, The Celtics, they have such streaky-ass nights. I mean, I watched Tatum in Game 1 have a great game until the fourth quarter. Put up no shots or had 0 of 4 shot attempts, and then just let Jimmy just take over. I'm not going to say they just let Jimmy take over. Jimmy took over. And he's not only just taking over, but he's having complimentary help, I heard Gabe Vincent had a hell of a game last night, which surprised everybody. Bam's just been mediocre at best the whole series. But, Kyle Lowry having a decent little series is not bad. Strauss is having,
Bam, balling, bro.
not to my eyes.
Bam,
I mean, I always feel like Bam could just do a little more. That's all. That's why I just don't. I feel like, I've seen Bam when I watched him play in the bubble finals, and that was a different type of Bam, and I'm more kind of accustomed to that guy. But now I kind of watch him, he defers too much for me sometimes. That's all. He defers. I just think he could be more aggressive when he's within 5 feet of the basket. But he always looking for the next person. I get it. That's how they run their plays.
I get that.
I get it. But when I look for guys and they're being dominant, sometimes I look,
He undersized at this position.
He is.
And he's been playing against size this whole playoff.
Yeah, that's the playoff.
If you go back and you look at that last playoff run that you talking about, though, he got a little bit luckier with the matchups. You know what I'm saying? Because size does matter, though. You know what I'm saying?
He is this generation's Al Horford.
Right.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, something like that. Where really he can be playing
for years.
Power
He's
forward
been playing
instead of center.
For
You know what I'm
years,
saying?
Right.
And that's the Lakers' problem. They ain't got a center. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony Davis wants to play power forward and no one listens to him for some reason, and they keep trying to make him bang and be something that he don't even want to be.
Right.
But yeah, he's.
But going forward, that's not what it's looking like, though. It's heavily looking like that. I wish the Celtics can do a little better. I had put some money on them, but they kind of, shut me down on the money tip.
The Celtics are a better team. They're actually better than Miami.
I can't say that.
Miami is tougher than them, though. So that
That's what I can say. Yeah.
makes them better than the Celtics, and that's what's going to make them win the series. Which is
agree.
sad, and they never should have fired that coach.
I completely agree. I got Denver beating the Lakers. I think the Lakers right now are overachieving. I think they definitely have some pieces to move forward. A lot of people think they'll probably go after Kyrie, and I think typically when you have a good team like Denver, you typically need your star to win the game. You need your second star to come up big and win a game for you. Then you need your bench to win a game for you. Joker did that in game 1. Murray did that in game 2, having 23 points in the fourth quarter. So now you're looking at them going back to LA. Joker's still going to do what Joker's going to do. And I
Which is
find
not scoring in the fourth quarter.
Hey,
I throw these stats out here. He ain't scoring in the fourth quarter.
that's fine.
But he also had 5+ assists, and then he had umpteen rebounds and all that
but
stuff. It depends on what you're doing for your team.
The LA.
I'm saying if you LA is little things like that. You looking for any little thing to gain an edge.
No,
See,
I agree. And LA is actually one of the best, if not the best, fourth quarter scoring team.
Actually, they are.
Right? So I totally agree with that. But I think when it comes down to it, they're going to have to win 4 out of the next 5 games. And I think something
They just
that
got to win the next game.
it's something that Denver does, and I think both of these series are kind of mirror each other. I think when you look at Miami and Denver, they are consistent. They do the exact same thing every time. You could say LA is probably the better team overall, but they're a lot like Boston, whereas they kind of play to their competition. LA will play to their competition, and Boston, I feel, because they have been to the finals, I think they feel like they have that switch.
I feel like Denver is like Boston. They kind of phase out of the game a little bit because they are that good and they get a little bored and stuff like that. But I definitely see Miami as just being different from Denver with the toughness.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they coach question from the players most of the time at Denver. They don't play tough every game.
And that's the thing.
I think Joker's role switches up in the fourth quarter. with the idea that they might have to go into an overtime because a lot of these matches, these games have been kind of close. This haven't really been no blowouts to me. You know what I'm saying? Not no blowout. But you want to know it's the managing of what he has to do now, because sometimes when they know they're going to pound that middle, he's going to bring a lot of that stuff up. So now he's becoming a more facilitator sometimes in the fourth. It'd be different if he was putting up bad shot attempts, but sometimes I see him pulling that middle up a little bit, so like Porter and Aaron Gordon can get to that middle, because the more he sits at that free throw line, AD sinks down, because for some reason they're running like this help side defense where they're making LeBron front Joker and the AD sits in the back, and as soon as Joker comes in there, now AD commits and they have 2 of the tallest people on the team committing to him. So with that being said, that's coming, so you're kind of waiting for this commitment to come and watch for these back doors, because if Aaron Gordon or Porter Jr. comes in there, you're not going to stop them attacking the rim that easy, because these are both high-flying guys. I haven't seen it.
Because they haven't started the right matchup yet. He still didn't start Hachimura last year.
Right.
And he still came out 7 for 7. I'm not saying Hachimura needs to be 7 for 7 again, but his size always changes. You start Hachimura, Vando, Reeves, next to LeBron, AD, you can win the series.
I think that
game at a time, that's your starting lineup. You go with that. Your next sub off the bench, which will be quick, or not that quick, but quick enough, is Schroeder for Vando, because you're gonna need some shooting
But then
You know what I'm
you
saying?
kind of.
But he's
But see,
also a
right
decent
now
defender.
in this series, and we're not going to talk about the last series or in series before, but in this series right now, Schroeder's not really shooting the best right now. He's kind of struggling.
That's cool. But
Reeves
he getting his
is
minutes, too.
fluctuating right now. So sometimes when you have these lineups, they go on their scoring droughts. Is what I'm saying. If you ever watch LA play,
And
they
that's
go
why
on big
they
scoring
want.
droughts.
And that's why they want D'Lo in there. And I understand that.
Exactly.
But he gotta go.
But no,
In the starting lineup, he needs to be off the bench scoring punch. Then you just come down and let it ride now. And with no conscience. And I feel
To
like
me, he's initiating it, though.
He'll be better in that role.
But
than
that's
than
another
trying to
fast
take
break
shots with
points.
LeBron and them on the floor when they can be running something else.
If you
I
watch
feel like he's taking away
But when you watch
from their most
LeBron,
productive plays with the way he played, which is perfect for 6 men. You know, now if you bring in him and Schroeder off the bench, Schroeder can still guard Murray, and it's just D'Lo on the switch sometimes on Murray. Which
I think
will,
they do it for speed
they will
purposes.
find
Is what I
that.
was gonna say, because LeBron likes to run that break, and Murray's not gonna kill you with the speed back. Plus, the second sizable dude is a really big person, so they're gonna try to kill you on the fast breaks. That's why they got D'Lo starting right there, because they're gonna run that fastball to get him tired first, and they try to run that. Because when
He
you see the
shouldn't be
Lakers
in that.
go up, LeBron is what, running a fast break, dunking on cats.
He shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, I don't know. So we definitely got Denver coming out the West.
Denver,
So Denver, Miami.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's my strong favorites.
I think so. I mean, I would have loved to see the Boston, LA final, but that's not going to happen. Moving right along, James Harden wants out of Philly. What do you think is the best spot for him?
China.
He say drink a beer for that shit.
No,
He
Harden.
make motherfuckers straight.
He definitely dropped me. Right?
Harden is the type of player where he can't find a team that's going to fit him. You know why? Because he has so many variables that stop him from being the player he needs and wants to be.
So what's the best spot for him next year?
China, like I said.
God damn.
No, because he's not happy with anything. First he gets the ball too much, then he gets it too least. You're not willing enough to come off the bench to be any type of utilized or run a second team. You got to have the ball in your hand a lot. You don't. Hey, what he say when he went to New Jersey or went out there to the Nets? He was like, man, ain't no strip clubs out here worth a damn. Send me back to Houston. He was always looking for extracurricular things off the court to appeal to when we just need you to show up on the court. He could go to any place and make the team change, but is he going to win nothing? No. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We can put him on any team. He's not a selfless enough player to adapt to what a team needs to win with. If he was able to take that road and be like what Westbrook did this year for the Lakers and fall back a little bit and run a second unit and be utilized like that, we talking about a whole. I don't think he's humbled enough right now to be where he needs to be.
I would have to push back because he took less money.
It's not about the money. It's the play style. It's the play.
No, that's what I was going to allude to. I think he took less money for one than I was going to say. Also, he became strictly a point guard. Same thing that he did in Brooklyn, where James Harden. I think that's what makes him great is he's a rare combo guard that can he can really be a straight scorer and give you 60, or he can lead the league in assists like he did this year. Him being there was a big reason for Embiid winning MVP. They were the highest scoring tandem in the league. So I think, me personally, I think Phoenix would be a good spot for him because I think that's something that they lost in the postseason, and I think that's why KD and Booker got tired trying to create their own shots. I also think he wants to go to Houston. I think Houston will be horrible. I think that would stunt those young players' growth.
Yeah, he should never go back to
Clippers is another spot I think he could go to.
He's not going to work there.
Or because they're another team that needs a point guard, and I think Harden can be I think he can be strictly a good point guard, and also he's at that point in his career where he can't give you 40 maybe every night, but maybe every 3-4 games he can be that guy. And then also LA. I think LA will be a good spot for him.
LA would be a good spot, and Houston or Memphis would be a good spot. But I always allude to the fact of this: the two people that lead the playoffs in turnovers in the series and turnovers per game were Russell Westbrook and James Harden. The fact of it is, Harden, needs the ball in his hand too much, and sometimes he just makes bad decisions with the ball. He is still so turnover prone with his ball that it becomes a liability at points in big moments for teams to go to the next level. That's what happened when he played for the Nets. That's what happened when he played for Houston, and that's what happened when he's doing right now.
That's just what happened that last game.
And it's just what it is.
Yeah,
it's not that dog is ever a bad player. He just had to find what fit for him. And like I said, he's in the moment where he needs to just be humble. You also worried about going to Houston because they got the strip clubs. You're not worried about them making a better team, I don't think. And that's the problem with James Harden's the mentality, not the game, the physical game, it's the mentality.
You think it's time to hang it up then? Just retire?
I wouldn't say hang it up because people could have easily said that to Carmelo. You know, before he got picked up by the Trailblazers, they could have easily said it about Westbrook before he got picked up by the Lakers. And, you know, he's going through all that stuff. They could have easily said it. It's not that he needs to hang it up. He needs to reevaluate his mental version of the game. How bad does he want to win? I don't see the emotion, the heart to win as much as I see it out of Embiid. I don't see the emotion, the heart to win as much as I see it out of Giannis, Tatum, Jimmy Butler, and these are all guys that are very successful. And James Harden's a very successful player in my eyes. I just want to see him make it to the next level. And the only way he's going to do that is just, you know.
So you think maybe he needs to? Nobody needs to pick him up then, and then have maybe humble him for a year.
You got to send him somewhere where he is a bigger star to him.
What do you think?
I think Harden would be a good place for.
You don't think Milwaukee?
Milwaukee would be a great place for Milwaukee. And I think he'd be a great place for, hear me out on this, I kind of want to say the Timberwolves, just for the simple fact is they need a real shooter over there. If you were to put Harden on the Timberwolves right now, that's a scary looking team on paper right now because he can play that guard, and they kind of need a guard over there a little bit to come help and then take away the shooter. And then Anthony Edwards can really play a small forward and just take advantage
But
of
they
it.
wouldn't be a championship contender.
No, because it's hard to come out the West.
Right.
But I would see that being a more competitive team than being with the Sixers right now with them.
What do you think, B.I.? Any spot?
Man, you said a good one. Phoenix. Phoenix, that sounds good to me because Chris Paul. I feel like him and I just feel like Chris Paul need to be coming off the bench, and that'd be the perfect person to, you know what I'm saying, either start over him or share minutes with, regardless of who's starting. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those two guys will be battling for minutes while you got Book and KD on the floor, and that's a lot of offense. That's a lot of offense. You know what I'm saying? With the right big guy, you get Aiden out of here, but Aiden gotta go.
There's not a lot of
Aiden gotta go. You get rid of Aiden, you get a defensive stopper, a guy who just loves.
You know who would be perfect for them?
JaVale McGee. I love JaVale McGee.
I love McGee,
and guys
but
like
even
that.
a younger. If I was them, I would be talking to Atlanta.
Atlanta about Capella.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need a rim runner.
Do Capella for Aiden. You don't want. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Take
and hard to play with Capella.
Yeah, hard to play with
I
Capella.
be calling
But he's a
Timberwolves
great
too.
rim runner.
I like what I want for Towns.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you could do a lot of stuff.
I would say that.
But when it comes to big dudes, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I like Towns, but he ain't a defensive guy, and that's what you're gonna need on that team.
Would you
You're
trade?
gonna need depth
Would
and
you trade
defense
Rudy
around those three dudes?
Would you trade Rudy Gobert right now for Ayton head up trade? Would that be the same team or is that a different team?
Honestly, man,
I'm just asking. This is a random ass thought.
What they need a center to do, Rudy Gobert is a better fit for that team right now.
So you
than
do it.
DeAndre Ayton is.
You think Rudy and KD would be a better fit
every night? So they giving this dude the ball like he about to score like he did last night. You never know what he about to do tonight. You know what I'm saying? So
how you feel? Head up Ayton, Rudy Gobert.
No, I wouldn't want.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's probably wrong.
Is that the same dude?
But that type of dude, I mean, those type of dudes I would want on my team. If I'm Phoenix, I need a center and a power forward that's defensive minded, and at least the power forward got to be able to shoot.
They need aggressiveness. They too passive as a team. Monty made them too passive a little bit. I think to ask
PJ Tucker and Rudy Gobert.
I take a look at Draymond. I would take a look at Draymond because they are
With
literally.
KD, you were just saying
Man,
KD and Harden. We definitely know Draymond.
Because
and KD
hard the thing about Harden is they battle for ball time. The thing about Draymond, once you get Draymond on the team, you get him to buy into your system. Oh, he yours. Yeah, he might bump heads with you, of course, but he's a grinder though.
I don't know about the yours.
Oh, my fault. I thought that was Ja.
This nigga.
I thought that was Ja.
This nigga.
How y'all feel about that Ja Morant suspension, man? How y'all feel about that?
He deserved that shit.
How long? Real quick rundown. How y'all brothers feel? How long y'all think he should get BI?
Ever. That's it.
Ever?
That's
Damn.
No fault.
I did say
That's
that.
what he said.
Ask me, this should be a 10-game suspension, minimum fine. I'm sorry. You got 2 close back-to-backs. This should happen in the playoffs, after the playoffs. I'm not before the playoffs and then after the playoffs. It don't kind of look like you learned. You gave motherfuckers an hour and a half sincere speech on how you were sorry and doing better. You had to sit down with Kadi Chung and sit here and tell her. It's just, bro, we know if you're going to go back and resort to the same type shit, man, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? You got to live and learn. The real fool right now, we should talk about that nigga Daddy. Daddy's sitting at every goddamn game and watching the son go through. I'm not gonna say you can be here and make for every damn choice, but goddamn boy, like I said last time, secure the goddamn bag, my God. Why are you sitting courtside because of your son? Secure the bag, man. Go on this man, like, look, have a one-on-one. Like, look, I know you're a grown man. I can't tell you to do with your money. God damn, don't do this. Put the fucking guns down. I get it, Ja. I get it. You need to have protection. What you don't need to be is on Instagram Live and any type of social network. Anybody ride with you showing motherfucking guns on them like this. Because that shit is, man, you tricking off the bag, bro.
10 games?
10 games at least and about 50 grand. Nigga, keep it real. Come on.
What you think, BI? How many games?
I don't want to jump out the window, man. So I'll just say 10. I'll just go ahead and agree with
10?
something, man. Yeah, man. I ain't trying to jump out the window.
It shouldn't be no more than that to me. I'm sorry, man.
He got the whole offseason to think about how stupid he looked.
This ain't jail-related shit.
You know,
This just
social
Instagram,
media
social
is
media
killing
shit.
them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hopefully he see all that shit, get embarrassed, and be like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to move different. I don't know.
Good. I guess I'm gonna be approved. Gilbert Arenas got 50 games bringing a gun into the locker room.
Oh shit! Dog.
So,
this ain't on property though. This was
Right.
this in the whip.
No, I agree. So I think Josh should get 41 games.
God
Damn.
damn!
Why?
Gotta miss half the season, bro.
I would have
'Cause of
him
Instagram?
I would have him missing half the season.
Damn,
This is why.
Don't let this nigga become
This is
commissioned.
why. He got 8 games, right?
Right.
They gave him 8 games.
Okay, yeah.
So
This is gonna be about a 20 gamer.
so they gave him 8 games, right? And then it
Fine.
was so and then not only that, it was so close together. When I first saw it, and like a lot of people said, they were
I
like,
thought it was the
man,
first
like,
time again.
like man, like why y'all keep dragging his name through the mud? Like we get it, like he had a gun. That's how close it was
Right.
together.
They was like, no, nigga, it's another
No, it's
incident.
another thing. Like
What?
he did this shit again? Like, fam, like we just.
So he
I
was in
just talked.
So he was in the car
But
with
we-
the niggas.
But
Yeah.
we,
Oh, it wasn't his phone. It was another
you
nigga's phone.
with
Oh my god.
it was purple and blue on one,
And the niggas was game banging.
and it was you.
Oh shit.
He was gritty. Yeah, 41,
That nigga
man.
gritty with the pistol.
41.
I
He
would
was
say
grittying with that motherfucker.
yeah. I would say 41 games, or he's not playing until after All-Star break.
Ja, get your
If that's
motherfucking life
38,
together.
39 games, and I think that's what's best. And I think also he definitely doesn't need to get paid during that time, because I think as like
If you're not playing, you
we just had this conversation off camera about being humble, and I think that's really like what he needs. He really needs to be like humble, and I think
I agree.
And I understand what you're saying about his pops. But I think we also have to be realistic. We know a lot of people who get money and they thousandaires and you can't tell them shit. So I could imagine somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, that's I'm not gonna say there's somebody that's 23 years old that's a millionaire.
This Mike Vick
You
all
know-
over again.
You know what I'm saying?
This
So
Mike Vick all over.
I hope not. I mean,
That's what it's looking like?
I mean,
Got the bag, secured the bag, tricked it off.
the way I look at it, I'm just saying as far as his dad go. The way I look at it is,
Hopefully not.
I think it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, because Pete, like you're saying, his dad is there every day, every game, right?
It's a different. Tell me another sports athlete parent that's at every home game and a lot of the away games. I can tell you a few, and that's about it. So what I'm saying is clearly his dad has a heavy presence in his life if he comes to every fucking game damn near. He doesn't miss a beat. That's like
Right.
that's like
It wasn't.
60 plus fucking games you going to, and then we talking about playoff games and shit. So you clearly got a strong relationship with Pops. I just don't see the influence of, like, you know, it's different when niggas hop out, but sometimes I feel like his Pops is there like a fan sometimes. And I don't understand or know their relationship, you know what I'm saying, that they got. I just feel like, you know, as Pops, you seem to have a good presence in there. Put this man to the side, be like, look, bro, what's up with the fucking guns? Because I still come from a old school advantage where, like, we don't want niggas to know we got the guns. And I understand somebody else was filming it, but you gotta understand some of the positions you put yourself in with the pistol is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't have it. It ain't like he getting caught, pulled over. He toying with this motherfucker on camera, and he looked like he doing shit like this. That's like me coming in, and I'm a 2-time felon. I got the pistol, and then I wonder why I get popped off for having a pistol.
Yeah, but no.
I get it. I just, you know, talk to that man. That's all. You ain't got to put on a show, John. You a hooper.
Yeah,
a lot of niggas is saying that. Even the rappers is coming out like, bro, you ain't got to put on no. Even Wayne came out. You ain't got to put on no persona. You a hooper.
No.
You ain't see Mike out here like that. Hey.
No,
We knew Scotty was out here like that.
I totally-
But you never seen it. Hell, we knew Gilbert was out here like that, but he was never like this.
Don't do Scotty.
Hey,
Don't
and you ain't see that nigga on MySpace with the pistol like in the gym.
I told.
That's
agree,
all.
but
That's all.
But that wasn't really what I was on. That wasn't. I agree with everything you're saying. But the point I was trying to make is that he's 23 and he's a millionaire. I'm pretty sure, like you said, his dad has a presence life. I'm pretty sure his dad has had these talks with him. We've all have kids. You can sit here and you can say something to a kid all day until they actually physically go through it.
Yeah,
They
right.
really don't, like, you don't understand that
That's
shit.
a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I totally agree with you're saying as a dad, nigga, like, fam, and I totally understand that, but I can guarantee you his pops has had those talks with him because we can see he has a strong presence. But I was simply saying it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
Because if his dad wasn't at every game, or we didn't see his dad, then the narrative would be, where's his dad? He needs someone in his ear. His dad is there, and then it's like, how come his dad ain't talking to him? So it's like it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? By as far as his dad goes, but I think 41 games. But how'd you feel? Did you say feel
Shit,
about
I
it?
just went with the 10.
You went 10, you
I
both 10.
don't want to sound crazy.
I mean, realistic, we probably gonna be looking at a dub.
That's
the realistic view of it.
That's what I said. Realistically, he'll probably get 20 to, I said 20, maybe 25 because the incident was so close. And it did seem like it did seem like Adam Silver. It did seem like Adam Silver was pretty perturbed about this. But Jimmy Butler, is he a Hall of Famer? Really quick.
Yeah.
After this playoff performance, is he a Hall of Famer?
It's been all of these playoff performances. He's been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was the bubble, he got to the finals and he was fucking the Lakers up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is, why the fuck he averaging 10 more points in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. I don't know nothing about none of that. All I know is that what he's capable of doing when the lights come on, the big lights come on, we should be able to not say, motherfucking, talk about the NBA and the story of the NBA and his name not be in it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're talking about LeBron getting a ring, you gotta talk about he got one on Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy Butler's story, how the fuck they got there with Tyler Hero and them. And now he in this motherfucker with these people.
Offer?
Not yet. Gotta win something for me. That's the big staple with me, man. Because otherwise, we had the same conversation. I mean, you and me, like way back about Dirk. You know, a lot of people weren't gonna put Dirk into that Hall of Fame status until he got that ring. Now he got that ring. Now it's undisputed. We can't help but to put him there. And that's kind of where I'm looking at where Jimmy, once he gets that ring, it's undisputed. It's by far undisputed. You cannot tell me no more. Just like that, but I gotta see him get this ring though. Jimmy has to prove it to me because I just gotta see him. I know he could take it to this level. I've seen this Jimmy before. I gotta see him perform like this in the finals. Is what I'm saying, because that's where I've seen him come and just come up short. However it may be, I just seen him come up. If he gets, he just lost. I wouldn't say he came up short.
Okay.
The team around him came up short. The team, and he runs the team. That he deems the team. So I got to put him as the leader as that. So they came up short. You know what I'm saying? Not because he didn't play his ass off, because everybody else didn't match his strength. But now he kind of got a team that can kind of match that will. Jimmy got to win one for me. Jimmy just got to win one for me.
That's fair. I would say absolutely. He's a Hall of Famer. I think when you look at guys that have made it, that doesn't have a ring, Reggie Miller, I think we would agree he's better than Reggie Miller, especially when you look at playoff performance. Mitch Richmond, he has better numbers than Mitch Richmond.
Mitch won a ring.
No, he did. I'm so happy you said that. And I was also going to talk about Joe Dumars. Reggie doesn't have the versatile game that Jimmy has. Jimmy does it. As far as Jimmy does with his defensive prowess. Mitch won a ring, but was a shell of himself when he did with the Lakers. The numbers are similar. Mitch averaged 21 points per game for his career, while Jimmy averaged 18, but Jimmy averaged more rebounds and more assists per game, and a number of All-Stars. They both have the same number of All-Stars, 6. Now, Joe Dumars does have two rings and a Finals MVP, but underachieving in the Finals. But he's never did it as the star. Jimmy Butler took that team to the Finals as a star, and we can also say that team was also well undermanned. And he does that the same thing he's doing this year.
He'll will the team there.
So I think when you look at those three guys, those three shooting guards that are in the Hall of Fame, I would definitely have to say that Jimmy's a Hall of Famer. So, but I totally respect what you're saying, because you do have a lot of people that say, you have to have that ring. That's what separates the Hall of Good and the Hall of the Hall of Fame. Yeah. So you could that can really.
And the thing about Jimmy
Dirk,
too, though,
Dirk is this far
from right is because Jimmy didn't win in college.
Yeah,
Jimmy would have won on some other level, been dominant, and just didn't win in the league. That'd be different. And guys like Carmelo Anthony,
that's crazy. I wrote that down too. He didn't have a great high school or college career, and a lot of people forget the NBA Hall of Fame. It's really about your whole body of work. I don't know necessarily, but I don't know. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's necessarily grammar school, but they include high school, they include your college.
It's a whole body of work.
Yeah, which is why guys like Al Horford, guys like who won 2 rings in college, you have to consider.
See, that's why I said people like Dirk. If Dirk wouldn't have got that ring, we wouldn't be having that conversation about him being there too. Even
Dirk would have been in, but
as one of the best shooting bigs. But
no, he, absolutely. But I think he probably would have been a second or third time around guy. He definitely wouldn't have been a first time ballot.
But that ring?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, but that's what validized that. Yeah. If he wouldn't have got the ring, that's what I'm saying. It's a debatable time where he gets put in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But him getting that ring was a solidified time. That's why I say with Jimmy, it's the difference from him being a second, third round ballot to him getting that ring and be an instant first. Like no debate. That's all.
Moving right along, man. Top 5 prospects. We're all going to just because we normally do. I'll start at 5. Then B.I. you can start at 5, and then you say my 5, and then you say 5. So, top 5 prospects coming into the NBA in the past 30 years. At number 5, who you got, B.I.?
At number 5, so it got to be an order like that. It can't just be.
Yeah, just do number 5, man.
I'm wondering, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no Wonder Woman.
No, I mean,
you're number 5.
Shaq, man.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Shit, you went large in the charge.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaq.
Yeah, I like that. Shaq. I did not go with Shaq.
You can't make my number 5.
I did not.
That's not your number 5.
At number 5, I actually went with a guy who had a lot of hype. A lot of people forget about Greg Oden. 2007 number 1 pick out of Portland. One of the few guys I seen in high school would not jump unless he was blocking a shot. Phenomenal. Hendo, number 5, top 5 prospects.
I actually had Greg on too, but I had a backup for that, and I'm actually gonna throw Ben Simmons. I'm gonna throw him in there. Ben Simmons was a really high like he was projected to do a lot of good things. Dog has a frame, athletic ability. We just didn't know his mental health and stability was going to be a curve for him like that. I'm not saying he still can't be a good player. I just don't think mentally the game of basketball is what interests him anymore.
I would love to see Ben
we could take you on as a project, but you'd be him and Kobe White. I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna say he's not like he's a good player, but he was a really good prospect coming in because out
of modern day,
man.
He outside of
talent,
shooting,
man. Dog
outside
got
of shooting, he has no flaws, bro.
Man, dog is nice.
Bro,
Handles,
they talk
ups.
about his trainer say in the summer, bro, he's like the best player on the court. Like he's that dude, bro. It's mental, but number 4, who you got, B.I.?
Starberry, man.
Stand up, man. At number 4, a guy who I thought was going to be an all-time great combo guard. I thought he was a mixture of Kobe and Jason Kidd. I saw him play in high school. O.J. Mayo. 2008.
His game was nice.
2008.
And the transfer good to in the NBA.
Man, I thought O.J. was going to be
some
nice.
injuries.
Slightly undersized, had a decent first year at USC, but I loved O.J. Mayo coming out. Number 4, Hendo.
Man. Oh, the man motherfucker had so much hype around him. I think the hype broke him down before anything else. Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown was supposed to come in and be that business. Everybody was like, man, Kwame this, Kwame that. Dog came in. How much hype was around Kwame, man?
And you want
it was
because
Mike
was picking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But there was a lot of ability he could have had, and I can't say that it didn't transfer. It just didn't last long.
He went to the wrong franchise.
Yeah.
He went to the wrong franchise.
I think he ended up with the Lakers too for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
He might have caught a ring with them, I believe.
He needed to be with a superstar like David Robinson.
Like
somebody. I think you got some guys that can like lead by example, and they could be more endearing. Like, come on, B.I., come on, God, you can do it. Where you guys like Mike, man, figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
And that doesn't fit everybody's personality, but I love that pick, Kwame Brown. Number 3, B.I.
Oh shit, man! I'm gonna have to go with Jesus Shuttlesworth, man. That boy.
He was up there.
Protege, man.
Yeah. Number 3, I had Bean, Kobe Bryant, 2006, 13th to the Charlotte Hornets. Kobe had a lot of hype, man. I thought he was gonna be. I was so sick when they traded him.
Much hype, shit.
I was sick.
I had him on my list. I took him
I
off the
was
list.
sick when they traded him, bro, because I'm a huge Larry Johnson fan, and I thought him and Kobe. I thought that was gonna be crazy with him and Kobe.
Yeah.
But LJ ended up going to the Knicks. Yeah. Number 3, Hendo.
Had to hit the hometown favorite, man, D Rose. Man.
Yeah. Simeon standing
coming out of there, and they was, man, when they came through and they said that pick and we had D Rose, it was a wrap. City, man, you could, man, whole city. They say you could hear from Indiana, the whole city of Illinois was cheering.
I bet.
Oh shit.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D Rose on that. There was a lot of hype up there, and I think he had some big shoes to fill. He filled them, but his body failed him in the end. So now he got to work on rebound.
He did his thing, bro. You can't tell the story in the NBA without Derrick Rose.
All right, man. I gotta go Tim
Number
Duncan, man. Tim Duncan, number 2. Just because he was diesel in college and weight, but then he came in like that, and he won rings, so he backed it up. Prospect turned into champion. You know what I'm saying? So he backed all that shit up. So yeah, that turned out to be a hell of a prospect. Those dudes that picked him and said he could be good, y'all were right, motherfucker. That worked out.
Man. At number 2, actually I went with the 2023 first pick Victor Wembanyama.
Oh,
I
snake.
absolutely love this kid.
I thought you said besides Wembanyama. You said talking about Wembanyama.
Right.
Things.
You be
I
out
thought
here
he was
curveballs.
excluded.
You out here throwing
You know what I'm
curveballs.
saying? The rundown, I ain't get that in the text. Then we did the rundown. We do rundown before the show.
I
Niggas hit you with the hoo-wah.
Yeah,
No.
man, that wasn't.
I said top 5 prospects in the past 30 years.
Okay. That's a little low.
It
That's a
worked.
little
It
low.
worked.
We'll take it though.
Okay,
He said we'll take it. I like Wembanyama.
I feel like I held my head though.
They keep
Straight
saying
up.
he's 7'5" when you go on Google. It says he's 7'2". It looked like he's probably closer to 7'3", standing next to Rudy Gobert, who I think is 7'2". So I think Wembanyama, as long as his body can hold up. When I looked at his numbers, he's putting up 23 and 11, right? I think 23 and 11, 23 and 12 over there, 22 and 12, something of that nature, right? And then when you think about it, people don't understand it's harder to score over there. It's easier to score in the NBA.
Yeah.
To put that in context, Luka never averaged more than 16 overseas.
Yeah.
First year in the league, he averaged 20.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, LaMelo the
I know
same
he was a
way.
kid, but he couldn't
Yeah,
score over there.
LaMelo's the same way.
Yeah, right over there. But everybody knows
Our defense over here is lax.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
They don't want
it's-
you touching people going.
We,
to
you know,
the
we don't
lane.
play face-up ball no more. We play switch-off ball. We don't play face-up.
Yeah,
They play face-up, head-up ball over there.
Yeah, then not only that, it's a spacing thing as well. So, but yeah, I think I love
It's just the way the
Wembanyama,
shit's officiated. Like if I'm a
That
point
too.
guard going to the lane, if I start going right, if I take one dribble and that job move and he start turning on you, you know what I'm saying? Once you
Right.
get to that angle and start going to the basket, like if you beat him off dribbling, he following you, you go up, you know what I'm saying? Get to that, but it's an angle right here where if you just turn and the motherfucker running into you, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way our game is officiated, where it's
Austin
gonna be
Reeves
one point
does a good job
score.
of that.
Yeah.
He does a great job of that.
He learned the game quick, and that's
Schroeder
crazy
got that
because
move too, but he don't get no
Yeah.
respect on the call. Ja get respect
he
on
too
that
frail
call.
body.
Ja
Austin got a
turn
little
that
bit
corner,
bigger body
Ja
than
get
he.
to the spot and turn that corner.
He do, but his frame better.
Number 2,
Number 2, Mr. Blowout Shoes, Ion Williams. That
My
motherfucker was the
gosh.
biggest hype coming in that I've seen in a long time, and dog ain't did a single shit of ever. All he gotta do really is be healthy, and he can't do that. So, but
I like
that's the hype around him coming into the league was amazing. I remember the Mountain Dew commercials, him and him and Zach Levine doing Mountain Dew commercials and shit, all types of shit. And dog, I don't know, the hype was big on him. Yet to see something, but I'll take him. Biggest prospect.
I like that. Number 1 prospect, past 30 years.
Man, I'm going AI, man. Allen Iverson. I made all this shit up too. I had a whole different list. I thought you
No,
Cap,
guys.
you good,
Cap,
you
he
good,
knew he was
you
gonna
good,
use
you
this.
good.
Yeah, I got.
He knew he was gonna have a
I
swing
got
ball
Tim
in here.
Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, and 2 other motherfuckers on that
Out here
list.
playing grip ball.
I got that.
But yeah, I'm going AI, man.
I like that.
prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron, number 1,
Yeah.
past 30 years. Yeah, gotta go with LeBron.
Oh yeah,
man.
LeBron was on my list too.
I gotta go with
Forgot about
LeBron.
that.
He's exceeded.
Yeah, he definitely was. My list is flawed.
He's exceeded.
I lost
every,
that game.
He's exceeded everything people expect him to do. Number 1?
I had LeBron too, but I'm gonna go with AD. I think AD was a huge prospect coming to the Pelicans and stuff. I think everybody was looking at him to be the franchise player, and
He really
you know
was.
I've seen him be franchise player.
Shout out to KD too. I mean, KD.
I've seen him be a franchise player more than I've not seen him be a role player. Put it like that. When he's on the floor and he's playing, you see amazing things. Like dog is a hell of a down low man. I can't really say he's a big man. I don't know what position he really played truly. But I tell you, when dude get to shooting, can't nobody really stop them fadeaways when he's having a good night.
I like that. I really, a lot of people forget, man. AD was looked at coming into the league that he was going to be on that great plateau of big men like David Robinson, Patrick
He
Ewing.
kind of is.
Oh
He's-
yeah, I
He's
think
not.
he
He's
is. I
not
think
far
he
away
is.
from the thing about with AD is
consistency.
consistency, and if AD was to somehow finagle another ring somehow, that'll put him in a little better standards. But that's what it would have to take for him to surpass a few other guys and be talked about like that. That's about it.
That's fair. One guy that does have a plethora of ring is Draymond Green. Has 4 rings. right as of right now, from everything I've read, everything I've heard, it sounds like they're going to keep that core of Draymond and Clay together. Do you guys think that Warriors dynasty is over? And if so, or if not, where do you rank that trio of Draymond, Clay, and Steph?
First of all, shit ain't over until it's over.
Okay.
As long as they're still playing, you never know. We don't know what moves any GMs got up their sleeve, what changes they planning on making.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, if the three stay together on this team, is the dynasty still possible? Can they maybe win another championship?
Is it over now? Do you think it's over now? Has that window closed?
Nah.
No.
Nah, they still playing basketball.
Where do you rank? Where do you rank that? Where do you rank that trio?
A whole bunch of times.
Where do you rank that trio all time?
Number one.
The greatest trio.
Yep, the greatest trio. I thought about that one. Yep, better than Scotty and Rodman and Mike. They only got 3 together. These dudes got 4. That matter.
Okay. Where you got them, Endo?
I got them at 3 right now on my list.
Ooh.
I really do. I mean, as much as I like their offense, there's only one person on there that really plays heavy defense, and my trios that really come through, they often play ISO one-on-one defense.
Who is your 1 and 2 then?
Number 1 gonna be Mike, Scotty, and Rodman.
Okay. I understand that pick. I really do.
It's just for simple reasons, I feel like defensively, that they was dogs, and I think that them having that good record, you know what I'm saying, that record from when they had was it 72-10.
Yeah,
they got the
72-10, 73-9.
Right, and I like that record too, but they ain't get no ring.
That's true.
So that's what makes me look a little awkward on that too. That's why I kind of look at skew eye on that. And number 2, I like the unit of Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Ginobili better, because I feel like, once again, on the defensive end, those guys can guard you better. I feel like I'm not going to say nothing bad about Klay Thompson's defense, because I've seen him have some good defensive nights, but I've seen him slouch out on defense and get better on offense too. And Draymond Green seems like the only real defensive player, because as we look at Steph has some good times early in his year, but defensively, he can be a liability on defense. I'm not saying he doesn't have good hands, but I'm talking about size-wise. When you watch a couple bigger of these, like Ben Simmons on him right now, that's a liability.
Yeah.
That's a straight-up liability. He has to guard him.
A good coach and a good team, a good coach on the floor, point guard, they're going to make sure whenever that matchup happens, or they're going to seek after that matchup.
And that's why
they'll run switch.
And that's why I put them
high pick and roll motherfuckers.
And then I put them at 3. And then, like I said, I put Draymond, Clay, and Steph at 3. But it's more because of how well of a shooting team, mind you. The Warriors that year were one of the only teams to ever win a finals on shooting the 3 ball. There's not any other real team that really won the finals shooting the well of the 3 ball. It's always a nick and green where you gotta be free throws.
That Cleveland Cavalier team shot a lot of threes. They were underrated. Yeah, this dude, LJ. We watching New York, Miami. I forget what year this is. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs, Miami up.
And right behind it got to be LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. Right behind that team. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, that's.
But I gotta put them a little bit forward, because I feel like they had a little bit more success.
They did.
That's all. That's the only reason I've been. That's a very
because
slide.
I'm not going on talent. I'm going on success.
But that's why I make that list. That's why I said they come in 3 though.
But honestly, we're going on talent. We got to include Russell Westbrook, where he became KD and James
all
Harden
that
too.
But they didn't just
win
win
some honorable mentions.
They didn't win. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Honorable mention.
That trio.
It was nice.
They matured to be.
It was nice.
Pretty good players.
I mean, we can go down a list of a few, but
yeah, all
MVPs.
Yeah, all MVPs.
I would say the Warriors dynasty isn't over. I would give them I would say 2 more years before that door is closed.
Oh yeah, it's over.
You say it is over?
It's over. Yeah.
I would say I'd give them 2 more years. I'd say Clay should come back and be a better version of himself next year after being a full year removed from that surgery. That typically seems to be what happens. Draymond actually had another good year on the defensive end. Curry still in his prime. He actually seems to be getting better on the defensive end, and his playmaking seems to be getting better the older he gets, which is scary. I would rank them 6 all time as far as trio, behind the Spurs trio of Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, Pops, Pitt, Rodman, the Heatles, of course, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. That LA, I'm surprised you guys alluded to, with Magic, Worthy, and Kareem. They run, I believe.
You said Shaq, Kobe, and Horry.
No. Magic, Worthy, Kareem. And then, of course, that Boston trio of Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. I would have the Warriors right behind them.
I'm going with the Wiz and Worthy. How many rings Worthy get? Worthy wasn't there for maybe the first 2. He may have just got 3 with Magic. And by then, Kareem was a shell of himself. You be taking your words to Mitch Richmond and Hart. Right?
Oh,
you
shit.
know what I'm saying? So, same point in time, like when it come to those trios, it was some flaw. As far as my opinion, when I was going down the list of all those teams that you just mentioned, there was something flawed about every team. Even when it's the Spurs, I'm looking at my new, like, he was a great player, and Tim Parker was a great player, but
they can. The thing about it is how they can create.
and all of them
Pop-
didn't
Pop-
get
but
4
Pop-
rings neither.
But Pop had them
Ginobili probably
motherfuckers.
got just 3 rings.
But the motherfuckers went to the playoffs for damn near 20 years straight.
That's true with different personnel.
Hey,
Avery
but-
Johnson was
but-
that point guard.
Hey,
when they won
but
that
just
first.
that alone, under Pop's whole, Pop just now, in his last little couple of years, barely just missing these. I'm not gonna say barely. Them teams won't put together, but these is the most he's ever missed the playoffs since then.
You got women
Since
in
Kawhi,
there
we'll say
now.
since Kawhi left and Tony Parker retired and all them, that was supposed to be last year when they had they followed. They
That's
still
gonna be
made it to
fun.
playoffs. After that,
That's going to be fun. See
Yeah.
Wemby and Pop.
Wemby.
what Pop supposed to retire?
That's what I had for dog, but shit, he
thought
got,
so.
he
But
got
the thing about Pop
he
though
got
is
Wemby
he'll be
now.
retired off the
Yeah.
books, but still come coach, and they'll still just be issuing them checks.
No, he finna be coaching this year. He finna coach
Wemby.
Wemby.
You think?
At least
Oh,
1
yeah.
year. Yeah.
I didn't hear anything different. Everything when I look at it and I hear anything else, they be like, man, Pop finna come do something with this. I'm like, damn.
He
Yeah.
Coach Wemby,
Yeah.
trust me.
That's funny. All 3 of us thought he was about to retire.
And then came back like the Undertaker. We
Really?
thought the nigga was dead.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Machiavelli.
Really quick, man. 3 playoff moments that no one talks about. It could be your favorite moments, but some no one talks about. Number 3, Hendo.
Man. Number 3, I'm gonna put at this. Zaza Pachulia getting underneath
Oh,
Kawhi
wow.
Leonard feet twice in the same series. I think in game 1 he caught him. Then he was out game 2, game 3 caught him with the same move. After that, Warriors go on to the finals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Kawhi there, Spurs is taking that series.
That is crazy.
That's
I
clutch.
totally forgot about that.
That's clutch.
Number 3, be
I got something y'all ain't never gonna say. This is I just want to say something different. Chuck Person lighting up motherfucking Larry Bird, nigga, in the playoffs.
Oh shit.
Rifleman, nigga. That nigga was blowing his fingers.
Crazy. I
Put this shit in
that.
holsters. This nigga was on fire this 1 year, man. This one playoff
I
run. He fucked him
remember
up a
that.
couple games, dog.
Yeah.
He was fucking
Low
him up.
low key.
Chuck
That whole
Person.
family could shoot. He got a little brother,
Yeah,
Wesley
Person,
Person.
yeah.
He
Phoenix
played for the
Suns.
Phoenix Suns
Yeah.
that could shoot as
Yeah.
well. He was more athletic than his brother. That's
Yeah, he was.
crazy. I
No
remember
shit.
that. The rifleman, yeah. Number 3, I think someone and no one ever talks about. John Stockton game winner to beat the Rockets in '97 to go to the
Ooh,
finals.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Where he jumped
That's
up and
tough.
down like a
That's
little
tough.
kid. No one ever talks
Yeah,
about
he said he jumped.
yeah.
On the real.
But he was sitting.
He couldn't jump over a piece of paper.
Nah,
Yeah,
so-
that
motherfucker
was full verse, whole vertical.
On the real.
On tape.
Hey,
That nigga
but
jumped
yeah.
up and didn't need to go.
Yeah, that's so. But yeah, no one talks about that. Number 3. Number 2, Hendo, playoff moments no one talks about.
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be one hard one to come back. To date, there's never been a successful comeback from a 3-0 deficit in the NBA. The Nuggets overcame 2 old deficits to win best of 5 series in the previous rounds. That is hard to do.
That's crazy.
That is hard to do today.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of games played.
That's a lot. That means you got to win, what, 4 straight?
I'm trying to tell you, dog. That's why you can't count
And
the
they did
Lakers
it
out.
twice?
This is why you can't count
And they did it twice in the bubble. No, in the bubble.
Game by game, man.
They did it twice in the
Time
bubble.
on the
I
road.
think that's going to be something a lot of people don't talk about, but that's like one of them things was like, look, man, it's game to game.
Mhm.
Every game is different. Let's just win this game. Don't worry about what the series is. Can we still win it? Even it out, we still playing, right? Game to game. And I think that's something that's going to be kind of forget because that was that bubble year.
And I think one thing you got to look at too with that Lakers team this year is they hadn't lost back-to-back games in months. So I think that's something you could definitely look at. I still think Denver's going to beat them, but I don't think it's over. But number 2 playoff moment no one talks about: Pistons beating the Lakers. That team that was led by Kobe and Shaq in the 2004 finals. People talk about the Pistons winning, but I think they forget how much of underdogs they were and beating that Kobe and Shaq led team. I think that would have been 3 people, if I'm not mistaken. Would have been 3 or 4. In 04, maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes.
But anyway, that was an underrated team. I think it was a great team that Pistons team beat. So I got that number 2.
Number 2 for me, Danny Ainge giving buckets to the Bulls 2 years in a row, 2 different teams.
Wow.
On the real, the Portland Trail Blazers, 2. And then
Yeah,
another
he's
2
cold,
Phoenix
man.
Suns.
I ain't gonna lie. He was one of the motherfuckers you hated.
Yeah, he kept coming off the bench giving us problems,
He was an
dog.
athlete.
He was a problem, and he was older then too. Was what's funny about it.
Yeah,
he was giving us some buckets.
44. That's crazy, Danny. Now you're doing things in front office.
Yeah.
Hendo, number 1 playoff moment no one talks about.
Kyrie's 3-pointer to beat the Warriors in the finals.
Really?
I feel like everybody highlights that block that LeBron had on Iguodala because that was the picture they hung up on everybody's locker room when they had to play them niggas the year after and shit. They put them in the locker room. They didn't put up
That's a good
how
point.
Kyrie sat here and shot this shot all up in Curry's eye and hit the game winner all in his
That's a
face,
good
the
point.
dagger the game and put him up. Everybody talk about the block, but they don't put the emphasis on that 3 that he really hit.
No.
That was the game. That was the dagger for the game. But I
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of emphasis on that.
Really? I always hear people talk about
I always
that.
hear about the block more. I always hear about the block. Whenever I hear it, it's like that's kind of why I feel like Kyrie left because he hit the dagger, but everybody talked about that block he had on Iguodala. I mean, it was an incredible block, but
That was a great
everybody highlighted the block like the biggest highlight of the game over that dagger.
No, I
shot.
could definitely agree with that. Number 1 play. I guess it's me. 2010 Finals, Meta World Peace, Game 7-3 to secure the win. No one ever talks about that. Probably definitely the biggest shot of his life.
Yeah.
Where Kobe was double teamed.
He
He
was
came
proud
out.
of himself. He said, "Kobe passed me the ball."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
yeah.
Kobe passed me the ball.
I think that's something no one ever talks about.
Oh, shit.
And that was a Game 7 too. B.I.
Let's go. Hey man, I'm old school, man. This old here's for a reason, man. Motherfucking
Al Clutchinson. Looking ass.
who? Motherfucking 444.
Oh,
If you know, you know.
Moses.
You know what I'm saying? 444, Jack. You know what I'm saying? That dude predicted like Joe Namath or something.
Yeah, he
probably.
did. Moses.
And they beat the Lakers in the
Moses.
finals too for 402. I think they beat everybody for that year.
Yeah,
It
that
was only 3
crazy.
rounds back then.
Yeah, Moses Malone. He sure did.
444, man. Straight up. We're gonna talk about that enough. That motherfucker was an animal. That
Yeah.
was getting all the boards and the whole paint was his.
Probably, I would say probably the 3rd greatest rebounder.
Third,
3rd, 4th. I would say
Third,
4th.
fourth.
I would say 4th behind.
pound for pound, or we talking about just best
Rebounding,
rebounder?
just rebounding.
Pound for pound, I'm going Dennis Rodman, man. I ain't never seen nobody better.
No. I would say Russell.
I'm going
Will.
Russell with 2.
I would go Russell, Will, Rodman, Moses, and then probably if we want pound for pound, probably if I need a rebound, Ben Wallace.
Over.
Yeah,
Over. Oh man.
Ben Wallace. Another.
Over Ad, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. honestly,
David Robinson, honestly,
yes, honestly, low key, I might even take if I need a rebound, I might even take Michael Cage over David Robinson.
That's tough.
Michael Cage,
That's tough.
yeah,
Man.
yeah. Yeah, that's
That is Ben Wallace against David
Yeah.
Robertson.
Nigga.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
The toughest or best rebounders ever, because man, that's tough right there, man. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
not
pound
sure
for
right
pound.
now.
Because I think
Who I would want.
Ben was what, only 6'8".
Ben, yeah, he was a little bit undersized.
He was very undersized.
You know what I'm saying?
He was
But
very
So I would
just
think
David
that I would
Robinson.
want David
long,
Robinson.
he just had them long ass arms.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm probably
that's
want
big
David Robinson.
Dave, though.
Yo, remember the commercial David Robinson's neighborhood back in the day?
Yeah,
He was
of
blocking
course.
all the shots and
Yeah,
shit.
I remember.
It was his neighborhood.
Yeah, but block shots.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying, no, just
But rebound.
rebound. I'm talking about just rebound. This is
rebound.
bro.
Yeah,
That
rebound.
nigga shoulders as big as Ben shit.
Yeah, but he
That's
wasn't
what
really
even
known
it
for
out.
rebounding though like
He
that. if you
wasn't a
think about
rebounder
it.
like that.
Yeah, maybe Ben Wallace.
Yeah. Because I mean, because I was
Ben
young.
Wallace,
that's what he
Ben
did.
Wallace took advantage because Rasheed Wallace is out there grabbing him too.
And then all,
If you boxing out, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of it because
and
we
all-
switching out, boxing out.
Yeah.
And when he had a split time with when he was there by himself, he was leading the team in rebounds. When Tim Duncan had to come down, they split and they was still getting double doubles on
I
rebounds.
didn't know this nigga was finna get technical on me.
I'm just
I really
saying.
did not.
I'm just saying.
Coming dog broke
And
down Ben Wallace's game, smooth as a bitch.
And in all
This is
honesty,
the problem.
honesty, I might even take Barkley over
I mean,
Robinson.
that's you don't get the name.
He's so undersized.
Round mountain
I-
rebound.
That's
like
why though.
Yeah.
That's why. If you're talking
Yeah.
pound for pound,
Yeah, pound for
that's
pound.
a
I
big ass
would
was
take
getting
Chuck
it.
over
Yeah.
him. But man, who is better game? Y'all can play with us too, man. I'm gonna name 2 players. Y'all tell me who is better, man. 10 themes, man. Really, really quick, man. Quick rundown, man, of the show. Who is better? Starting out at number 1. Hendo. Who's better? Wilt or Shaq?
Shaq. I know Wilt is actually and I think Bill Russell is Shaq's favorite player. But like I said, I literally had this conversation earlier with my guy Focus, man. Literally exact conversation. I wasn't around to watch Dog play like this. Shaq was around to have an idolizing person. That's what made Shaq a good player. When I was coming up, Shaq was the most dominant player I've ever seen. Because I watched his games. I've seen him in his most dominant form. Prime. I was watching him all-star games when he was playing. I wasn't watching Dog's all-star games, you know what I'm saying? Just to be fair, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta go with Shaq. I got to.
I want Shaq over Wilt, but I'll go, of course, Bill over Shaq.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take Wilt, man. I think I would take Wilt just off the strength that I understand he was playing against less competition. But when you look at his numbers, they are absolutely astronomical.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like they're just flat out
They are.
ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's not even. I mean, when you have people
It's
today
comical.
who are far more, I wouldn't say far.
Athletic.
I wouldn't
I
even
wouldn't
say.
yeah.
I wouldn't even say athletic because that's the thing with Wilt. That's what
He was super athletic.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
That's
you
what
could,
the thing
you could
was.
go look at his track stats. You can-
Right.
Like it's not like a myth of Bo Jackson did this. No, you can go look. Oh, this nigga ran this.
I believe those myths about
You-
Bo Jackson.
I do too. I do too.
Like all of them.
I do too. But moving, I say Will. But moving right along. Hendo, number 2, Cheech Chong.
Ah, damn, man. I'm gonna go with Chong, man. That's more my vibe. I ain't gonna lie.
Cheech
Trying to find it, man.
Which one is which? I'm thinking
Chong
Cheech
is the one-
was like, man, he said, let me see your license registration. He said, isn't that on the bumper arms?
Yeah.
That was Cheech.
That was Cheech.
Chong is the one with the
Chong.
glasses.
Yeah,
Chong,
Chong's
Chong,
like,
yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
man.
dog's still around. He was on that 70s shit.
Yep, that's
he's still around.
Chong. That's
They
how
both
I
still
feel.
around.
Yeah, they both.
Yeah, that's
One was
true.
doing Law and
That's
Order.
true. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Which is funny.
Cheech the biggest star.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Chong.
Tom?
Six-year-old
Okay,
kid.
I'm going with Cheech, man. I
was
always
a
like
friend
Cheech.
of
And then I want to say
mine.
Cheech might have been on Walker, Texas Ranger too.
Probably was.
Yeah, I fuck with Cheech.
It's funny. He don't
That's
never play his
emotional
role. He
much.
always don't. He get typecasted for a different role every
Always,
time.
That's
always.
funny as hell.
Chong is funny too, but I got to go with Cheech. Number 3, T-Mac versus Wade. Better player.
Wow.
Endo.
T-Mac.
I
T-Mac
was
was that
about to
nigga,
say,
bro. I ain't gonna
accolades
lie,
count.
bro. I'm sorry, man.
Better player.
If T-Mac wouldn't have got injured, man, everything would be a lot different. Everything would be a lot different. But we say that about a bunch of people. But if you can give me prime T-Mac right now, I'm going with T-Mac all fucking day. I'm sorry.
Like, what are we saying here?
Better player.
Just a better
Yeah,
player.
it's the better player.
If I'm just playing a basketball game one day, which guy would I pick?
Yeah, better player.
I'm probably picking T-Mac.
T-Mac. I gotta go T-Mac as well.
I'm sorry.
I think
Dog is
if Kobe,
goblin.
if
The
Kobe
man,
is the
dog.
closest thing to Mike to Pops,
T-Mac
then I would
right
say-
there.
I would say T-Mac is.
He gotta be
the
shadowing
closest
in.
thing to Kobe.
Man, he was just...
And he's bigger. He's
Yeah.
6'9".
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, he was
He's
just
6'9".
proud.
And his shot nasty.
And
And
he-
he can take off on you.
And he was creative.
And he got bounce.
So don't get embarrassed, dog.
And he can throw it off the
You know what
back.
I'm saying?
And he throw it off the
This dude
backboard
might
on
do
you.
some ugly shit on
Remember
you,
who
dog.
threw it off the backboard
His
and caught that
cousin is-
motherfucker?
His cousin is Vince Carlin.
Yeah, so it's
No, I'm just saying.
Them
They
niggas
ain't even
practice
know it
that
first.
shit.
Nah, they ain't even know it first. No.
Hendo, real quick, man, you gonna like this one. Who's better, Marshawn Lynch versus Thurman Thomas?
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Y'all let us know y'all think Marshawn Lynch versus Thurman Thomas. Better player.
Thermal is better. Thermal is better. Marshawn Lynch is one of my favorite runners. He's top 3 favorite.
I'm going
runners
Marshawn
all
Lynch,
time.
man, because he just is everything, bro.
I
I don't
love
fuck with dog.
Marshawn
I ain't gonna lie,
Lynch,
bro. It's beast mode, bro. I'm
Marshawn
sorry,
Lynch to me
man.
is like Walter
I
Payton.
like Thurman
I
Thomas.
love Marshawn
Right.
Lynch like I love Walter Payton, dog.
Man,
No,
for
I
real.
respect that.
Like, for real, dog.
That's-
To me,
I
like, you know what I'm
like-
saying?
yeah,
I've
no,
always
I-
liked him like that. Like, damn, man,
yeah.
that's how you play running back.
Even
Facts.
in Buffalo, I remember he had 2 different
Yep.
color gloves.
Yeah, like I
He had a
noticed
red one
him
and a
there,
blue.
but yeah, when he got to
Yeah.
Seattle, then I really was like,
No, I know some Buffalo. But I would say Thurman Thomas just off the strip of how he could catch the ball and how he also did it in the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, they both did in the postseason, but I just
That-
felt
that
I
was
just
super
felt
hard.
Thurman was a little bit more well
Yeah,
rounded.
Thermal. That motherfucker.
Nice. Henny, Hendo, Henny versus Remy.
Oh shit, Remy. What do you mean?
Remy all day long, boy.
Remy all day.
That's that Remy.
Yeah, Remy all day.
that's that
1738. No, sorry.
Not that one.
Better
I drink
dancer,
that too, though.
Genuine versus Usher.
Oh shit,
What?
genuine. Fucking man.
Nigga, me, nigga.
Although genuine right now can't move a
Talking
lick, that
about-
nigga stiff. Hey.
You saw him fall off the stage?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
embarrassing. Man. It's all right, man. When you do too
Second
much, that's what
time.
happens. You just gotta chill out, man.
You
You
know
don't-
he.
You talking about the second time, bro?
I
just
don't
put
know
too
what
much
time.
on.
It was the
He
time
just
that
fell
nigga.
again.
He knew he
Just
was
fell
old.
again
You
like last
know
week.
you old when you smiling and falling.
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah.
Brother still shit the whole way down.
Yeah.
Man.
He's like, oh, this is gonna be a good one.
They gonna have me on Insta looking bad. They gonna have that face.
Yeah.
Here goes
That's
another
tough.
one. Quick. Bernie Mac versus Eddie Murphy.
Bernie Mac.
Why would you do this? You know,
I can't
the
give
Chicago
you. I
with me
can't
is
give you
supposed
no
to
option.
say
It's Bernie.
I'm just supposed to say Bernie Mac.
Bernie versus
I'm just
Eddie.
supposed to say it.
You do what you gotta do right.
But we talking about Eddie motherfucking Murphy. The
Right.
blueprint.
Okay,
Him and Richard Pryor is the blueprint.
that's cool.
Eddie?
It's Eddie Murphy, man. God damn. I don't
Hey,
know why you would do
Eddie,
that.
Eddie wasn't on the L making motherfuckers coming home from work laugh. That's what he wasn't doing. I gotta give it to Bernie. Bernie was on the L way, making motherfuckers coming home from work laugh.
What are we talking, man?
Nah,
Oh,
fuck
I
it.
don't even know what this dude talking
I
about.
got Bernie
right
Mac
now.
tattooed,
Sorry, actually,
nigga. I got.
I can't
games
anymore.
You can't even say. As soon as you said Bernie Mac, I got the nigga tattooed, nigga. I can't even go against that. Fuck you mean? You see how quick I went? Fuck you mean?
No question. No
On my
doubt.
soul. You see how
Stop
quick
sign,
it
let's
was?
go.
You could have said, hey, you could have said anybody after that motherfucker. I was gonna go with Bernie. Fuck you mean? It's dead after that, nigga. The nigga tatted it.
Oh,
He like,
shit.
damn, They ain't gonna have me on his like, man, fool ass got that shit tatted when Eddie.
Yeah,
And we Eddie.
So, Hendo, who's your Lord and Savior? Bernie Mac or Jesus Christ? Nigga, Bernie?
It's Teddy.
Burn.
It's a great son.
I'm gonna have to go with Bernie Murphy on this one.
Bernie Murphy. This nigga.
I gotta go with Bernie Murphy.
That's
on
tough.
This.
This
I
dude
can't
right
choose.
here, man.
Better signature shoe. Excuse me, signature shoe. Penny Hardaway, Charles Barkley.
Oh
You
man.
talking about all this shit?
The pennies. The pennies.
Pennies? Yeah, all that
Pennies.
shoe.
Pennies.
Yeah, penny all day long. It didn't even matter. My answer was gonna be the
Penny.
same regardless.
Yep.
Penny?
Penny got like the hardest shoe line damn near ever. You know
I
what
like
I'm
the
saying?
Barclays. I mean, I got Barclays and shit, but at the same time, Penny's shit just went way harder and shit.
Yeah.
It was easier to match shit
Penny
up
had
with
a
that shit.
few of them. That was
Low,
too cold.
low key, Kyrie's go hard.
They do.
And Victor Cruz's. The one editions that he came out.
Ooh,
Them
yeah,
Victor
yeah.
Cruzes
That's
go
why I got that one
hard.
Jordan because they look like Victor
Yeah,
Cruz.
them bitches go
You
hard.
know what I'm saying? It's a mix of the threes and the.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the Victor Cruz?
Yeah, I got the great
Oh
ones
yeah, the
upstairs.
bitches go.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, them bitches go
Ooh,
hard.
grimy for that.
Chevy, he say grimy for that.
That's so.
Chevy, box or bubble?
Box.
I'm gonna have to go with the box, man. Yeah, I'm not the Caprice Classic, dude.
I gotta go box too. Something about a Chevy Bro-Am box.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I had a bubble. I had a gray bubble.
I'm sure
With a purple bubble.
Motherfuckers had a lot of little bubbles around this motherfucker,
Yeah.
but they ain't never get had one of them boxes.
With a bubble
With a-
on there.
yeah,
I like the 9.6 Impala though.
Oh,
that
my
look
God.
kind of like that Caprice
Yeah,
Classic
it
bubble.
does. It does.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly.
But that
But
motherfucker
that's
smooth
different.
on that SS.
That's different.
Stop.
Them bitches
Stop.
still cost a gang of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that car. Final one, number 10, man. Mayweather versus Sugar Ray.
I'm gonna go Sugar Ray, man. 'Cause Sugar Ray he was aggressive with his shit. I understand that shell work, but Sugar Ray had a way of picking that shit down. I ain't gonna lie.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go Sugar Ray. I like Floyd, man, but Sugar Ray was a dog, bro.
Mayweather, Sugar Ray.
That's fucked up. I just like Sugar Ray more.
That's fucked up. No, I can respect that.
Because actually, I think motherfucking Mayweather, man, he just earned my respect. I mean, he earned my respect. I wasn't up on dude back when he was fighting. What's the name? You know what I'm saying? I seen dude at the later end of his career, and when this shit was all intact and motherfuckers couldn't touch him.
He said
And
when he was
I
fighting
respected
Pacquiao,
that.
huh?
Pacquiao. No, later. Yeah, when I was seeing him, I'm talking about what's
Oscar
his name?
De La Hoya,
Oscar.
he fought-
Yeah,
he
that's
fought
what I was
Oscar.
talking about, Oscar. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't up on all of that. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I seen an older version of this motherfucker, and you mean to tell me that he just converted his style to this, like, and he been boxing this long, and he ain't get beat in all the different styles?
And he beefing with his dad.
Dog,
You know what I'm saying?
bullshit.
And him and Pops beefing with him. He switched up trainers. You say his Pops training somebody to whoop him?
That's some bullshit. Sugar Shane.
I'm all like, well, when he went over to the whole other camp, like, look, man, oh man, you got it with that left. Oh
Yeah.
shit, I told you that was his weekend, right?
That's some bullshit.
Dog,
That's whack as hell.
How your daddy trained somebody to
You know
whoop
what
you
I'm
and
saying?
still lose?
dog.
Weak as hell.
I had to go with Sugar Ray. Just off the strength that I felt like Sugar Ray had stiffer competition. He had to fight everybody. Wow.
3 sugars for us.
Well, I feel like Mayweather could pick and choose, but yeah, I had to go with
I'm going
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray,
man.
dog.
It was a catered route.
I just like Sugar Ray. He had epic battles.
Yeah,
Hagler.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Duran. Did he fight Hearns too?
He might have fought Hearns too. I
Just
can't remember.
the guys he had, the level of competition, them guys just
Yeah, that
alone
was
you
just-
mentioned was
Yeah.
just nasty.
Yeah,
we
man.
talking about guys who was put motherfuckers out in the third
It might
with
be one
kidney
of the
shots
best.
and
Might be one of
just
the best
knocking
divisions.
motherfuckers' heads back and
you
out
see
the
that,
ring.
You see
like-
that movie Four Kings back in the
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
Yeah, with them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That shit was cold. It was 2 different
Great
fucking
movie.
movies. Yeah, but that
Yeah.
shit was cold.
that was a great movie. But B.I., man, it's about that time, man. Tell these people what time it is.
Oh man, trade yourself. Get up out of here.
It's time to trade yourself, man. Who need to trade
I don't
themselves?
even need to look at the notes. The Boston Celtics, they need to go ahead and get on
man.
up out of here. Whoever the fuck decided to go ahead and get rid of that coach, they was the dumbest niggas ever.
You should have gave him a 20-game suspension and kept that shit moving.
I'm trying to tell you. This team right now, they lack a coach. First of all, they need somebody to call a goddamn timeout. That's the first thing. One of the first things they need. Somebody to call a timeout and then draw up a decent play out of timeout. Not only just during the game, but in the clutch. This shit matter. And this month, the last nigga y'all just got rid of was the last motherfucker to that chain of doing that for that motherfucking team. Yep. That white dude, that's that executive now. He was good at drawing up them clutch ass plays too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And dude was doing that shit. Y'all got rid of him. Now this guy won't even begin the process of calling the play out of timeout because he won't call the timeout, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of this dude. You know what I'm saying? This team is soft now. They were never the toughest team, but now they're a finesse team.
They don't have an identity.
Really. And when these motherfuckers, when the three ain't falling and raining the whole game, then it's like, because what do you go to when the three is raining for a minute and y'all were down 10, now y'all up 10 and it feel good, but you still only up 10. You got to keep this shit going. Like, they not consistent and they soft.
You want to know when I knew they weren't going to be contenders? When they re-picked up Al Horford.
Oh, no, they don't. Al Horford.
No, they don't. No, this is the whole thing. Because it lets me know you willing to settle at certain positions. Now, you just picked up Williams and he out here balling. Why would you go backwards and go pick up somebody who has never really given you over the hump success?
He's a clutch performer.
To a certain degree.
He's a clutch performer.
To a certain degree,
the stars of this team.
You could be clutch.
Jason Tatum needs to come put his foot down in the first quarter and the fourth at least.
Okay. I agree. I don't even disagree. But
every game.
How many good teams has Al Horford been on where he's been a key part of them either winning or losing though? Ask yourself that. The Hawks?
I think we need to ask ourselves if we asking Al Horford to save us, then that's our problem.
That's the problem.
But we are Al Horford isn't here to save
us. Hence what I'm saying.
He's here to do what he do.
Hence what I'm saying. When I seen them pick up Al Horford, I knew they weren't going to be contenders like that because you don't need an Al Horford ass nigga. I'm sorry, you need something different. That's like
it's like bringing back Gary Payton.
You going backwards, you're not going forwards.
For Golden State, it's a chemistry thing with certain guys.
I get that,
and he's just been there for a while.
But it's not helping them get over the hump.
But it's not losing them ball games by having them. You know what I'm saying? He's actually an asset, low key. He has his games too where he may snap the fuck out. But you can't ask him to do that every game. What you can ask is Jason Tatum to be aggressive in the first and the fourth quarter.
I agree.
We need to trade that South Endo. I agree, man. I was going to say Boston as well. What do you say, Endo?
James Harden, man. Trade yourself, man. This is
I just that was the question.
Overseas, somewhere. I don't get him. You sit out here.
I don't understand either.
You sit out here and you give these high to low. You get these high to low performances in the playoffs.
I thought he wanted to go to
where you have these good high scoring games and then you just don't show up some games and stuff like that. And then you think that Philly's actually the problem. And you think Philly's the problem. You have Embiid, an MVP player on your team.
And he just stood up for him too. That's what some people think got Doc Rivers fired. It's because Joel Embiid stood up for Doc Hart in a subliminal way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what someone for the think Doc Rivers got fired because of what Joel said by standing up for James Harden. Then James Harden said he wanted to go.
Yep.
So Joel just left holding the bag. For like a Jermaine O'Neal in Indiana Pacers situation.
But you always having people stand up for your position, right? Because everybody stand up for every team you go to and want to keep you around. But somehow you feel like, you know what, guys, I don't think this is it. Sit your ass down with a team and build some chemistry. It's very hard to sit here and build chemistry, trust, and think about we finna go deep into the playoffs and you don't stick with a team more than 2 years at most sometimes, you know? As a starter.
Does James Harden care about basketball enough to be a champion?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Trade yourself.
Is that a question we should ask?
But not only this though, but you sitting here and want to demand a trade to want to go and get some more fucking money and you ain't fucking did shit. I'm sorry. Now, I like the player. I do. I don't like the mentality. Now you want to go to another team.
You want to play more freely. I did hear
What's
that
more
as a
motherfucking
reason
freely as the
that
second
they-
position? You the second option other than Embiid. You got the ball in your hand 80% of the time,
It's
nigga.
supposed to be you,
What
not
is-
Maxey.
What is the
It's supposed to
issue?
be you and then Maxey come after you.
But you know what happens?
Yeah.
Is once again we lead into the stats that I always allude to when we get into these playoff spots. Who leads the motherfucking game in the turnovers? It ain't Maxey. Because Maxey out here being productive.
Yeah.
Maxey out here going 7 for 9 from the field goals, shooting 5 or 6 or some free throws, 6 for 6 from free throws. Out here got a 3
And
ball
why he getting
in.
his shots too.
Meanwhile, you might
that
be
team was better when they played faster.
Meanwhile,
Really. It's
meanwhile,
Joel slowing it down,
you on your
slow it down,
15th
but
3-pointer,
play fast, though.
and you might be 7 for 18 on threes or attempts or something. That's cool, but compared to the shot attempts and the up and down, y'all probably losing this game because once you take that shot attempt, if Embiid's in a position to score, he might get boxed out, coming for the rebound, can't go. And the second other rebound is Tobias Harris. He might be shot out to the 3 line because of the play style. Because once Harden gets it, everybody's supposed to spread out so he can attack, sit back, create, do what he has to do. And that it disrupts in those games, especially when we don't show up. Long story short, I think Harden trades yourself, man. I'm sorry. I like you as a player, man. It's your mentality.
The Phillies need.
He be too
If
on
they
and off.
had Hoyer from Sacramento, if they had
It was better when they had Danny
Lil
Green.
Curry, Lil Curry from motherfucking Brooklyn. I'm talking about motherfuckers who can shoot it right now. I'm talking
They
about
had
lights out
him. They
shooting.
traded him.
I'm just saying.
They
I'm
had
saying
him.
in the future.
They had Danny Green.
Going
They had
forward.
shooters.
Going forward.
And then Ben Simmons didn't show up.
They didn't have a guy that started off. They didn't have a guy
You
that
got to
started
trade
off.
yourself.
No, I agree with him. Boston.
Boston?
Yeah,
Man,
Boston.
pick up Russell Westbrook from motherfucking Harden. I've been trying to trade
But,
motherfuckers. They played it
He
right.
gonna
come.
But if they
He
said
gonna
this shit
go
before,
8 for 22
I'd have traded James Harden ass during the playoffs.
So he gonna come.
Like,
You
nah,
gotta have him coming off the bench.
Give
for
me
the second
Russell
unit.
Westbrook. Give me motherfucking Lil Curry. Give me motherfucking yes. I'm talking 3-point
Seth.
shooting.
Seth.
Yeah, and Hoyer from Sacramento. I'm talking about pure shooters. I'm talking about around Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook. I'm talking about niggas who just like
You need to be talking about
fucked
realistic
up
people.
Shit.
Tyler
These
Hero, Austin Rivers, who's gonna be coming up for a big contract next year.
All these guys.
Shit like that.
talking-
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about 6 shooters. I'm talking about at least 6 shooters on this team, starting and on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you won. Back in the day, they used to go crazy. Oh man, we gonna win this game on the board. We gonna get 3 rebounders, even at 3 a rebounder go down there and rebound. It's a different day and age.
Until them niggas
Now,
start airing out
niggas
them
on the
threes,
court
until
gotta
your
be
center
able to
starts
shoot.
shooting threes, and your power
Three
forwards clutch on the 3.
3 niggas gotta be able to shoot. And the
You
whole
right.
thing, the beauty of Joel Embiid is he can step out here and hit a 3. So Russ being on the floor with everybody around the 3-point line, you tell me what I mean. And in the playoff, a good coach, I know how to manipulate that.
I can't say it was Doc Rivers' reason they lost, bro. Doc, I feel like
personnel too.
I feel like no, it was. I feel
the
like
stars had man. I did the math.
It
If
wasn't
Joel
the
Embiid
coaching.
and James Harden would have had 26 and 24 points, they would have won that game. These dudes had 15 and 9. Joel had 15 points. Harden had 9 points in the game where you get closed out. I'm just saying that's the players' fault.
their
That ain't
third?
Doc Rivers
Who's
ain't
their
out
third
there
lead
missing
scorer?
shots.
Who's their third leading scorer?
What Maxey? He's the third.
Ask yourself: Is that going to win you a playoff series? If I'm not saying nothing. I like Maxey.
Yeah.
Maxey's a dog.
Yeah, I
to me.
like Maxey.
But if he's your third leading scorer, there's obviously an issue because when we reflect and we look at teams like the Nuggets or the Lakers, we have to go down the list. We like, damn, it's either Schroeder, it's going to be D'Lo, it's going, Reeves. It's
Yeah.
going to be a mix of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
They don't have enough personnel to be productive like that, and that's what's always going to be their issue. Always.
And to motherfuckers play as a team, it really don't matter because you don't even have to have the best players. You look at the Clippers, they got a whole bunch of talent. Until motherfuckers cohesively play as one unit,
They
you know
got
what
a
I'm
team full of
saying?
6 men, nigga. They got a team full of 6 men and awesome bench players. That's
Man,
what it
you
is.
wanna know what the fuck is the Miami Heat then?
The same motherfucking thing. Only thing is they
So
made
you
it.
would take a healthy
Only thing of difference is them
Jimmy
players have been to
Butler
the
over a
finals.
healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Only thing
'Cause I
is
would take a healthy Kawhi Leonard over a healthy Jimmy Butler.
that's no debate. That's no debate as far as it come down to that. But the thing is, right now, what can you get? a healthy Jimmy Butler who can do this for you in the playoffs, or a healthy Kawhi Leonard? That's the issue.
We got to pay these bills, man. Hey, Saturday night, if you're downtown across Wisconsin, check out Press Break, man. They got the cheesy nachos, the cheesy beefs, all that good stuff. Also, man, it's nice outside. The sun is out. Check out King KO Car Wash, man, over on the Cross Street.
$10 washes right now.
$10 washes right now because of doing this thing. They do a phenomenal job inside and outside. They have a great lounge area. We can sit and wait. Also some restaurants around there if you want to have lunch while they detail your vehicle. But check out King KO Car Wash. Also, Captain Kush, man, appreciate you always supporting. Check that brother out, man. You can check on our page. Check about. Also, who am I forgetting? Oh, the
Press Break. Cheesy nachos.
We did Breath of Fresh.
Check out my man Focus. Happy birthday to my man Focus, man.
To my man Focus, man. Doing your thing, man. Super proud of you. But check out a Breath of Fresh shoe restoration store.
My man Kosa just went and put the big ass Air Force on the walkway, man. So as soon as y'all come in there, y'all gonna see a big stupid ass Air Force One. The original one. Hey, that's dope, man. Make sure you go down there and check that out at least, man. Shout out to Kosa Inc., man. You out there doing your thing as always. Also, big shout out to my man JV, man. If you ever in downtown area on 5th and King, man, go down there. You'll see the closet, man. He got all the dunks, all the Yeezys too and stuff. And make sure you check out Focus for the restorations, man. If y'all got some dirty ass kicks or the bottom's falling off or something, make sure you go and check him out from that, man. He do great jobs, man.
Yes, he do. But man, Old Heads episode 53. We appreciate you, our brothers and sisters rocking with us, man. Rocking with us. We're gonna keep trying to bring y'all this great content every Saturday night, man. From the basement, like I say, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.o. Millie, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. O. Himothy himself. I'm going to let these brothers tell you who they are, man, get these outros and where you can find them at.
Oh, shit, man. You already know, man. Mr. Honey Packet. Catch me, man. You got to spike the bottle already. They don't even know yet, man. I'm on Rick Ross.
Everything I got a cap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That honey packing up.
He's got tops on him.
Yeah.
Bills, man. Man. Holla at us, man. Every Saturday at 6:30 on Twitch, on Facebook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every time I put the honey pack on something, like shit.
We out of here.
That shit's sweet. Like, hold on, man. This shit tastes too damn good.